أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. We continue with Surah Nisa and we are still with ayah number 34, where Allah Azza wa Jal told us few things. One is that al-qawamah in family is for the man, not for the woman. Qawamah means the leadership, the final decision, the right to divorce, the right to be obeyed, to lead, to lead. It is not, as we said, an inferior-superior relationship. It's not slave-master relationship. It's not nothing like that. It is more of the assignment of Allah Azza wa Jal for what He knows, for what He knows Subhanahu, how He created man and how He created woman. Allah's choice and Allah's order, Allah's decree is that the man is the leader of the family, the caretaker of the family. We are not talking about exceptions. We are not talking about a woman with a strong personality or a man with a weak personality. We are not talking about that now. That's the exceptions, right? We are talking about Allah's assignment, Allah's order, Allah's decree is that the man is before and in front of the woman in qawama. Qawama here, it is taklif. Taklif means assignment. It is not something to brag about. It is not something to show off with. It's not something to be abused, misused, or misunderstood. Alright? From either side. And a man cannot take this as a green light to do whatever he wants and suppress the woman and pressure her and transgress. And the woman should not take this as like, I don't have a choice, I'm hopeless, I'm confined, like I'm a prisoner. Right? Both would be wrong to understand like that. Both to establish a relationship that Allah defines. Allah is the one who says, get married. Allah is the one who says, man and woman seek dwelling and comfort with each other. Allah is the one who says, love and have passion to each other and mercy and all that. Allah is the one, Azza wa Jalla, He says, what you expect from marriage. Allah is the one who says that all the messengers and prophets before children, they are having families, spouses and children. Allah Azza wa Jalla says that, this is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is my sunnah. So all of these are the base. And then Allah is the one, after He defined all of this, after He is the one who told us to marry, after the one He defined the marriages, after the one, He's the one who made all the rules, He's the one who says who leads and who not. Okay? So take it in that context. Then we don't take it within our own feelings. And that's the mushkil, that's the problem. When we decide what we want first, then we see if Islam agrees with it or disagrees with it. Then becomes the dilemma, always the issue. That we already have preset notions, like we have preset things. That's what I like, that's what I don't like. That's what I want, that's what I don't want. Then you clash with the rule of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Then it becomes an issue. If you have Iman, it brings you back. If you don't have Iman or the desire is higher than the Iman, then all the problems that you see around you in society is because of that issue. So a Muslim, a believer, is always concerned what Allah wants from me, where Allah wants me to be, how Allah wants me to do it. What Allah wants me to do, where should I be now, and how Allah wants me to do it. That's our main constant concern. Like what does Allah need from me now, here? Me as teacher, you as student. When you exit from here, what Allah wants from me as a citizen, as a person. When you are at home with your husband, how Allah wants me to be a wife or a husband. When you're with your children, how Allah wants me to be like that. What Allah wants from me now, He wants you to be good wherever you are. A mother, a teacher, a doctor, a sheikh, a student, like that. And where Allah wants me to be, where He's pleased with, not where He's displeased with. How Allah wants me to do it, the Prophet ﷺ shows us through His Sunnah. So that's our concern. Once this is your foundation, then whatever you hear coming from Allah, you say, Sami'na. And nobody would say Sami'na wa ta'ana except those who already understood that foundation and submitted to it first. Like, I have beyond any doubt in my head that any rule comes from Allah and His Rasul, I'm down. Now, is it hard for me to practice? Maybe. Am I going to struggle? Yeah, for sure. I may make mistakes. Yeah, who doesn't? Right? But the idea is that's what I need to do, and wholeheartedly, full conviction that this is what needs to be done. Now I am weak, that's another set of challenges I will deal with. I hope, sisters, you get the idea here I'm saying. It's very important. You have to clear your head that way. Clear your head that way. You know, that's why I plan. Then you know what? Now it's haram to do. What? How? What? I'm not going to do it. It doesn't matter what I spend. It doesn't matter what I plan. It does not matter anything. Just have that in your head. Then you will be always concerned. You will never plan until you know what is right and what is wrong. You see? People plan first. Then they suffer later. Why? Because they did not put Islam and what Allah said with Rasulullah in the equations. Then they lose. And it becomes hard to lose. Someone who goes and buy a business. They bought the business, signed the contract and everything. And then they come and say, Sheikh, you know, I bought this business, this. But that business is like, the main customers are the people who are going to do the wine. I bought like this, what they call it, the place that they sell to the grapes, what is it called?
Vineyard?
Yeah?
Vineyard?
Yeah, so they bought the vineyard. And he invested lots of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But then, who's going to be your main customer? Wineries, right? So in Islam, it is haram with consensus to sell the grapes for someone that you know that they're going to do wine. So now he comes after and they say, you know, and then it was haram. Then what he's going to do now?
Yeah.
If he sells it, he's going to lose. If he continues, he's going to do haram. Because the Sharia was not in the planning stage. You know, it comes later, you realize later, or somebody reminded you, somebody told you, then you are stuck. But if before you do business, you ask the same question. You know, Sheikh, I made this business and this is one opportunity, two opportunities, oh, this no, this doubt, this okay. Much better, right? Even though you see this one, you're going to make millions. This one, you're going to make hundreds of thousands. This one is going to make few thousands until like 5 years it will pick up. But now what's your concern? To make more money? Or to get in the gray area, which is, or to be pure halal? What is your concern? If you're concerned pure halal, you're going to ask the question first. So that's how, in our lives, we take our kids and, you know, let's go take some ballet dancing or, you know, some this class or some that class. And then later on somebody tells you, but this is not right. Your daughter is dressed like this and the coach is a man and she's raising her legs and she's doing that and this is haram. You cannot do this. Then you can say, Sheikh, is it true? Yeah, it is true. But the girl loves the class now. Yeah? She loves the class. She's attached. Now you're going to be a backward person. Someone who does not value art. Someone who does not do this. Somebody who does not do that. Then what do you want to do now? You see? We get stuck in these issues. We already decided, oh man, woman, why, this, that. Then you come this ayah, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Then what's going to happen now? Even the good ones will start interpreting it to fit the model that we have. We have a model we agreed on. Then you know Islam comes and it clashes. So the good ones will try to manage it somehow to say, yeah, قوامون means he is serving the woman. يعني the woman is better or what? يعني the man, they said قوامون means it's not like a degree above. No, they are equal. What قوامون here means? That means he is taking care of her, means serving her, means she is important. That means she's better, يعني she's above him or he's above her, or they are equal. The ayah does not say equal. Ayah said men something for women. The men are something for women. What is that something? Fill the blank. Men what for women? Mean equal? The word قوامون does not mean equal.
Responsible?
Yes, responsible. But what responsible means? If someone responsible, if I say, you know, we are going to go to that place. I am the one in charge. What does that mean?
Higher.
Tell me, sister. If I say, you know, this class I am in charge. Sheikh Mamdouh is in charge. What does that mean to you? We're going to go now to the masjid, and I am in charge.
We have to listen to you.
See? It's the first thing, right? Somebody in charge means we agreed to give the trust. So we don't have 10, 15 opinions. We can consult. What do you guys think? How should we go? Carpool or each one take their car? Everyone give their opinion. But you know what? At the end, I said, you know what? We're carpooling. And that's it. It is carpooling, it is. Even you don't like it. You see the idea here, what somebody in charge, Amir, I consult with you. But then the decision is mine at the end, and we follow. That decision might be right. That decision might be wrong. But on the bigger picture, there is the concept of obedience, the concept of being in charge, the concept of responsibility. We are human beings. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, in the battle of Badr, he said, "You are going to stay here." So someone tell him, "Ya Rasulullah, is this like a wahi from Allah, or this is like strategy of war?" He said, "Strategy and planning of war." He said, "This is not the right place." Consultation, right? Then Rasulullah said, "So where we should stay?" "Oh, here, we do this." But the decision is his. He took it. The next time, the people told him to stay in Medina. He said he wanted to stay in Medina. They said they will go out. Then he took the opinion of going out. Then the other ones changed their opinion and said no. Like after they, told him, he said, "We stay in Medina. Let them come in Battle of Uhud, and then we kind of like have a street war, kind of. We finish them." The youth said, "No, we're not going to wait for them to come to our houses. We meet them outside. Consultation, this. Rasulullah took the other opinion of going outside. When he goes, they felt bad themselves that we made Rasulullah change his opinion, so let's go change back. He said, "No, that was at that time, when we were sitting and consulting. After decision is made, no second opinion." You understand this?
Yes.
So that's why, in the affairs of the family, the wife gives consultation to the husband, but he decides, because he is the one who will be asked in front of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Right? Salama radiallahu anha told Rasulullah, do this, and the Sahaba will see you doing it, they will follow you. He could say no, but he followed her consultation, right? But the decision is his. Don't say Salama is the one who ordered Rasulullah to do it. Right? But it goes the other way. Rasulullah ordered Salama to behave in a certain way. She has to. She advises him to do certain things. He doesn't have to. People will say this is injustice. This is not fair. Your standard, yes. If I made that rule, yes. But who made the rule? Then Allah is fair. When you say unfair, to the rule or to the one who made the rule? It's a problem, right?
Yeah.
When somebody says, "Oh, but that's not fair." Fair meaning what? According to who? And Allah Azza wa Jalla says, wake up in the morning and pray Fajr. You pray Fajr here at 6:20. Some people pray Fajr at 3:20. Well, it's not fair. If we talk about it, some people, their Fajr is 3:20. And their Isha is like 11:50 at night. So someone could say, it's not fair. Why I have to do this? Fasting Ramadan, some people fast like 10, 12 hours, some people fast like 20. It's not fair. Somebody pays a candle, that's not fair. I tired. If you are going to go like that, right, then everything basically will not be fair. Why? Because you already put what you like, what you dislike, what you think is right, then Islam is not fair. But if you say, الشريعة عدل كلها رحمة كلها خير كلها, the Sharia is all good, all justice and fair, all rahmah. It is rahmah. From Adam to Yawm al-Qiyamah, when you look at the Sharia, then you see the rahmah. You see how fair and just it is. But don't take yourself and how you feel and live. Don't take the American society and make it a standard. Don't take what we agreed in the 21st century and make it a standard. That's not right. That is unfair. This way is unfair. So when Islam tells the wife, you obey your husband, but he doesn't have to obey you. You ask him permission before you go, but he doesn't have to. All of this is when you both are good, pious, righteous people. It's not like the husband is a drunk guy and a guy who, fornicate and he does things, and he tells his wife, no, of course not. You don't obey this kind of guy. Husband tells his wife, you cannot pray, you cannot wear hijab, you cannot do this, and we tell her you have to obey. No, you don't have to obey. We are talking about two normal Muslim people. She is obeying him for the sake of Allah. And he's taking care of her for the sake of Allah. So he will never order her with something bad. Will never order her with something beyond her ability. Will not tell his wife, you cannot sleep until I come home even if it's 3 a.m. That's not a good man, Yeah, it would be nice to say, Wallahi, my love, it makes me so happy when I come and find you waiting for me. You see? And leave it open. She will wait for you even if it's 3 a.m. You already got what you want. I tell people like that. Same thing for the woman. Instead of fighting him and trying to prove that I am here too, just be the female Allah created you and see what this big giant will do. He will calm down on his knees. Wallahi. Right? Yeah. So I always say this and think about it. The strength of the woman in her weakness. The strength of the woman is in her weakness. When you are on the other side of a man, your weakness is your strength. That's how man follows a woman when she's weak. That's how he follows. He sees what she wants. Because by nature he's a caretaker. He's qawwamuna. He is qawwamuna. I want someone, very soft, very lenient, very nice, crying fast, laughing a lot, always there, want to be taken care of. Then I am the man now. I'm going to take care. I will go above and beyond. I will take a bullet for this woman, Yes, just like that. But a man, because qawwamuna, the minute, second, feel challenged, the monster comes out. Selfish, aggressive, monster, crying, like all of that. Defense mechanism and power, crush anybody in front of. إِلَّا مَنْ رَحِمَ اللَّهِ. Except those whom Allah Azza wa Jal give them patience and all of that. But I'm talking to you about the raw feelings. The raw feelings of a male is caretaker. Yeah. The raw feeling of a female to be sought after, taken care of, wanted. That is what it is. So the man has to learn how to convince the woman that I am your friend, I am the caretaker, I'm not your enemy, I'm not a master, I'm not a dictator. And how the woman tell him, I'm not challenging you, I just want you to be around, I just want you to pay attention to me, but each one has to know how to deliver the message. That's it. How to deliver the message is what we look for. It's not we don't know. We both know. Yeah. Men and women both know. Especially those who read Quran and know Islam. They exactly know what. Yes. But we fail in the communication process. Is that clear, sister? Yes. Always we fail in the communication process. How the woman makes her husband or her father or her brother or her son understand that she is not challenging. I am just expressing, right? I am advising. I am caring. Allah Azza wa Jalla give me that passion of fear and worry, right? I love you and I want you to be the best, right? Be patient with me, right? But I'm not challenging you. I'm always under you. I'm behind you. You are my protection. You see? How you deliver that message. Not in exact word I'm saying, but how you go around it. And the man has to say that, I'm not suppressing you. I need you. Without you, there is no meaning in my life. You are the soft part of my life. You are this, you are that. And, whatever I'm saying and I'm telling you, it is for this family. It's not all of this kind of thing. But how we say that? That's the issue. Inshallah, we'll learn how to say it. So now understand qawwamuna? Yeah, the degree, you have to admit as a woman that the man has a degree above. And there's nothing wrong with that. Once we started accepting this, it becomes okay. Then we have that behind us, the elephant in the room, you know?
Yeah.
The elephant in the room. A man, okay, this is my husband, he's above me. Khalas, end of story. He's in the front, I'm behind him. He's the one who holding the flashlight to show me the way. I have nothing wrong with that. Actually, I like this. I'm safer this way. Right? Easier. Accept the assignment of Allah. It's not assignment of another human being. If another human being says, women comes here and men come in the front, then yeah, why? Right? But if Allah says men pray in the front and men back, سمعنا وأطعنا, women back. A man, وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةً. And for the man there is a degree above the women. Fine, I accept, Ya Allah. Me as a man, I'm scared and I accept it. And you as a woman, feel safe and accept it. Alhamdulillah. And honor your husband. Honor your husband. And it will not come as an order. Never will come as an order. If the woman, loves her husband so much, he actually feels shy to order her. He will feel shy to order his wife. He wants easy things for her. If she comes like that, waiting for what pleases you, what would please you so I can do it. Then he kind of like, what? Oh my God. It's like, but, why, where have you been? Why you are doing this? I am a human being too. I am like that. Then, unfortunately, it becomes what we see around. The man feels comfortable outside of the house. So he's actually going to home is not something that he's looking forward to. I'm telling you from a man's perspective. Me as a man and people who come for counseling. I know every time I go home for the last decade or 2 or 3, every time I go home, there are challenges waiting for me to enter. Emotional needs, financial needs, psychological needs, social needs, kids needs, this need, that need. And I'm already struggling all day long. So once I enter home, I know. So I want to minimize the time I stay home. I want to minimize it. But imagine if home is my safe haven from all this trouble. I know home has challenges, but the manager at home knows exactly when, where, and how. Right? One of my good friends and brothers, I'm going to mention his name, but may Allah reward him. So he showed me a way to handle or address problems that I didn't know before, right? And he gets to better results with it. They teach this in corporate here, So, like if me as a sheikh, human being too, right? But he knows that I'm a sheikh. Okay? So people sometimes have aggression. They will come and say, Sheikh, you are preaching, but you are not doing what you're preaching. You see this?
Aggressive.
They are not lying. They are not lying. But the way it is said, it puts you down.
Yes.
It indicates that I'm a hypocrite. You can actually say the same thing, but in a nicer way. Sheikh, like I'm like your father, or I'm like consider me like your older brother, or I don't have the knowledge that you have. I noticed something. Is anything bothering you like that? That's a way, right? It's better. As I said, this brother handles it in a completely different way. Whenever there is an issue, you will find that what would be a good time that we can have some coffee together, some breakfast or some dinner or something like that. Then you go, and then you talk, and then you kind of ease it out, and then you mention what you want. SubhanAllah, you accept it without conditions. You see how? It is, the main thing is, you want to fix the problem. You don't want to prove that I'm bigger, or I caught you, or anything. There is an issue, you want it to be fixed. That's it. So it doesn't matter now who doing what. It matters how it is done. Right? So الرجال قوامون على النساء is Allah's rule. Not yours, not mine. Why we want to fight about it? Let's see how we deal with it. How we make the best out of it. يعني الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم was قوام على خديجة, or Khadija was قوام على الرسول. Go ahead. He was the one. Even though she's the rich, she's the one this, she's the one that. But he's the one who says what to happen and what not to happen. When she leaves, she has to tell him where. Right? When he wants her, he tells her, no, you don't. You know, like, I want to fast? No, you don't fast tomorrow. I want to do tahajjud? No, you don't do tahajjud tonight. But you cannot do the same. Right? So, that is the issue. There are many things in the deen like that. If the man catches his wife cheating, it's different from the woman catching her husband cheating. Some people say it's unfair, it is this, it's that, right? But when Allah Azza wa Jal makes a rule, He knows our ins and outs. He knows our reactions, as man or as woman. He knows our make, because He's the one who made us. And He knows all human beings, how they act, all females, all male, what is their genetics, and then He makes the rule, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So never challenge or think that the rule of Allah is unfair. I wanted to say this because it's very important. Once you have that clear, the whole Sharia becomes easy for you to handle. Easy for you. If you put your mind and logic first, then you are not going to go anywhere. You get stuck. You know, the Salah, why men do this and why? With the Jum'ah, why men do this? Why a man can do this and okay? Why a man can do that? Like always you will find the issues. But once you accept from the beginning that the Sharia rahmatun kulluha, adlun kulluha, khayrun kulluha, all the Sharia is good. You know there is a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying, كل قضاء الله لعبده خير. All the qada of Allah is good for you. So somebody said, oh, that person has cancer, it's good for him? Yes. It's bad, but good for him. If not in this dunya, in the akhirah. And maybe in this dunya. I had a clip last year, and I uploaded it again to my Facebook page, today, this morning. It was about that. Contentment, rida. رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. What does that mean? You're pleased with Allah. Whatever Allah gives you away, you accept it. You're not happy with it, that's one thing, but you have to know that it's good for you. Like someone goes surgery, they'll be stitched up, and there will be a scar. Do you like that? You don't like that. You don't like to be cut, you don't like to be in the surgery, you don't like the scar. All of this you don't like. But still you want the surgery to be done. Why? Because it will heal a bigger problem, right? Yeah, it's not going to make me look good, but it will make me feel good, make me feel better. What I'm trying to say here is, not everything we like end up doing, not everything we dislike we end up abandoning. It doesn't work like that. So, all the qada of Allah is khayr. It is what? Khayr. That's why Rasulullah said, the person who was suffering in this dunya, but he is content with Allah, Allah will dip him in Jannah for 1 second. And they tell him, did you see any suffering? He said, Wallahi, Ya Allah, I am in enjoyment and pleasure since you created me. So 1 second in Jannah makes a person forget all their suffering. And 1 second in hellfire, he said, Ya Allah, I am in misery since you created me. Even though he was enjoying everything. So please understand these things. Once this is settled here in our head, that we know that Sharia of Allah is good all the way. And the qada of Allah is good for us. Our evil self, our weak self, tell us otherwise. So accept. That's why Darda, radiallahu anha, companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Her husband is Abu Darda, radiallahu anhu, companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they give commitment to each other. Said, if one of us dies before the other one, don't marry. Someone so can become husband and wife in Jannah. Actually Abu Darda told his wife, don't marry anyone after me if I die. So I can be your husband in Jannah. Because he is afraid that she might marry someone more pious than him. Then she becomes his wife in Jannah, right? Because if a woman remarries and the second one is more pious, she goes with the second one in Jannah, right? She becomes the wife of the more pious. Yeah. So she gave him the promise and she never married after him. So this is the love story between Abu Darda and Abu Darda. I'm trying to say that first before I tell you what did she say. Okay? So you have to understand where she is. She made the commitment to her husband that I will never do it. I love you no matter what. Right? And I'm not going to marry you. Okay. She gave him the commitment and she did. Now, when she narrated a hadith that her husband heard from Rasulullah, you know how she used to refer to him? She used to say, حدثني سيدي. You know Sayyidi? Sayyidi is like my master. Yeah? You know, she used to say, and Sayyid is not slave, you know, but normally it's understood like that. Sayyidi means my owner, my master, right? But here she's saying like my leader, like my man, you know, my sir. Yeah? So I'm just telling you like that. Like my grandmother, she never referred to her husband, my grandfather, with his name. Never ever called him with his name, their name. She used to tell him, Ya Sayyidna. Sayyidna, right? Our master, yeah, Sayyidna. Sayyidna in Egypt is the Sheikh who teaches people Quran. They call him Sayyidna, right? So Sayyidna. And she will always say your grandfather, your grandfather, your grandfather. She never calls my father with his name, even her son. You know? She would say Ya Sheikh. Ya Sheikh, right? Like my mom never calls me with my name. She always says Ya Sheikh. She will call all my brothers with their name. Right? But she will tell me Ya Sheikh. My sister, same thing. So this kind of respect, it is not being above in a transgressing, aggressive manner. I'm trying to give you the, like you put someone up because this makes you happy. Right? You know, it is good for you that they are on that level. You understand? Like, you know, when a woman refers to her husband, she said, Sheikh said, and Sheikh said, and Sheikh said, it's better than saying he did by name, like that. That tells you also, like, how she values him or how she looks at him. It comes subconsciously, right? But how the value system is. So that's what it is. So, الرجال قوامون على النساء. مما فضل الله على بعض. We talked about all of that, and we talked about the two types of women and all the degrees of trying to repair. We'll say it like that. Trying to repair and heal the rift. Wife is like, because whatever reasons she's opposing, she's going away from where she's supposed to be. Behind her husband, under her husband, you know, let him take care of her. Now she's challenging. And that's what the word Nushuz is. Challenging. And again, we remind the woman, when she does that, the wife, she does that, you are challenging Allah and His rule. You are not challenging your husband only. You know, especially, as I said, if the husband is abusive, a bad person, that's not nushuz. You know, a woman doesn't like it, and she is expressing that, that's not nushuz. That's not bad thing. But we are talking about someone who's not doing anything Islamically, religiously wrong. He's not doing anything, you know, socially wrong. So then the wife challenges, then we have a problem. And then Allah said, no punishment. You just have to be advised, and this degree, and this degree, and this degree. And we explained about hitting and, you know, physical, you know, reminder and all that. Allah said, فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ, see the ta'ah here. فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ. That's why whenever there is dispute between husband and wife, what is the main theme? What is the main aspect that we all notice? That the woman trying to be equal and win more, and the man is trying to crush that. Yes? When there is a dispute between husband and wife, what is the woman trying to do? To prove him wrong. Right? Prove him wrong, and she has a right. She has the, I have the right. So it's not now that I want to be equal to you, that I want to put you down. And the man senses that, and then he goes all out to crush. Wrong, of course. Both are wrong.
Passive aggressive.
Huh?
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, so it's like that. He is going out, all out to crush that rebellion. And the woman is trying to prove herself right. And I say all the time to the wife, or to a son, or to a daughter, or something, what if you prove your husband wrong, your father wrong? This is the person that you're going to go home with. You're going to look at the face of. And that's a man, not a woman, like friend. You know, a woman fight, and after 2 minutes they're best friends. Whatever. There are ways to isolate this from that. But for men, it's not the case. As I told you, from someone they perceive to be taken care of, to be weak, to be soft and all that, and it becomes an injury, you know? It becomes like an injury, especially if he's a man with pride. It becomes like an injury. And they kind of take it and take it and take it until they become passive. You know? Okay, you get control, and I'll go somewhere else. Right? So, and then she comes and cries later on. Right? So you keep fighting, control. Well, okay, have control. I'll go find someone else who is more submissive, you know. Becomes a problem, you know. I'm not saying it is right way to solve a problem. Two wrongs don't make one right, you know. But we're just saying that how things can escalate. You have a problem now. You have the choice to cope with the problem. Maybe the problem will not be solved. Either you cope with the problem or you move away from the problem. Marriage, stay with it and be patient. Or divorce and go start again, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. That's one way. Or the other way, you create another problem. And then a third problem. And then a fourth problem. Then later you find it explodes in the face. It does, most of the time. You know? Even after 40, 50 years of marriage, no problem, but it will explode in the face. So, Allah Azza wa Jal says, now, all of this did not work. فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ, if they obey, alhamdulillah, after the advice, alhamdulillah, after the deserting in bed, alhamdulillah, after the hitting, as we talked, you know, this physical reminder, I call it physical reminder, I don't call it physical punishment. Because the context here is not in the context of punishment. Context here is someone wants to wake someone up. Right? So the advice did not click. You know, deserting in bed did not click. So sometimes you need to shake someone. Physically hold them from the shoulder and shake them. Or hit them like, come to the shoulder and go, come on, what are you doing? Wake up here. Right? So, وَاضْرِبُوهُنَّ فَإِنْ أَطَعْنَكُمْ فَلَا تَبْغُوا عَلَيْهِنَّ سَبِيلًا. Don't transgress them, don't do anything further. إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلِيًّا كَبِيرًا. Remember that Allah is high and Allah is bigger than you. If you think that you can, you know, abuse that woman, Allah is bigger than you. Right? If you think you're above that woman, Allah is above you. عَلِيًّا. عَلِيًّا means high. You think you're higher than your wife, always remember who's higher than you. Okay? Allah give you degree above, not to transgress. So if one of this or all worked, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And this also, there is between the line here, that don't keep reminding. Some people, they do that. Like, you know, mistake. Then he comes later and he says, you remember? You know, you did this and I did it. And you did this and I did that. That's not the akhlaq of a good person to remind. You know, once we over an issue, of course we are over the issue. Don't keep bringing it back. Unless the pattern is continuous, unless, you know, she's doing the same exact thing, then this is another issue. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنِهِمَا. If you are afraid that after all of this, it did not work. So Allah here is talking not only to husband and wife, talking to both families now. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقَ بَيْنِهِمَا, between both of them. So in خِفْتُمْ is plural, بَيْنِهِمَا is dual. خِفْتُمْ, أنتم people, يعني believers, the community, the family. If you're afraid that this husband and wife, they're going to split now. شقاق from شق. You know shaq? إذا السماء انشقت. شق means split. If you have a loaf of bread, you know, bita bread or paratha or something like that, you split it, you make شق. هذا شق, هذا شق. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. The moon split. So وإن خفتم شقاق بينهما. You know, شقاق means there is a split between them. Means now they are not getting along. So what is the next degree? So first degree is between husband and wife, and the husband is the one who does things to bring his wife back. Now, why the mistake of the husband is not mentioned here? Because he is under the rule of the community, of the society. He's under the rule of the system, not under the rule of his wife. You understand why If husband is not good, not mentioned. Only the wife. But husband can be bad too. And it is coming later in the surah. If the husband has no shoes, means he is like going away from his wife and not giving her attention and all that. Right? Allah Azza wa Jal tell the community to bring them back together, someone to advise him and so on. Because husband is not under the control of his wife. But he's under the general set of rules. If you transgress your wife and she complains, you are going to stand in front of the judge. You get it? So he's under the set of the rule. But the wife is under the rule of her husband. She's under the rule of the husband. Now if the husband transgresses, it is not under the rule of the wife. You understand? Because if you do that, then actually there will be no justice. Think about it. If we say, if the man does a problem, his wife has the control to punish him. And if the wife have a problem, the man has a control to punish her. Then we are in war. We are not going to be in a family. Because each one now is waiting for the mistake of the other to punish him. Or both will end up not punishing each other, and then we have a problem. So that someone has to be the leader. You see, someone has to be the supervisor. Supervisor, if he made a mistake, there is someone above him. Right? But the one under him cannot punish him. You get it? You get it? So they have the CEO of the company. He can tell all the directors and the managers why he did this, why he did this, why he did that, and they have to answer to him. But what if he does a mistake, and they all know it is a mistake? They cannot sit to them and say, you have to answer to us why you are doing this. Then he cannot lead them anymore. Can he lead them anymore? He loses credibility. So if the wife also has the power to punish her husband, then he make a mistake once. She will never listen to him again. If he come and order her later on, she says, but you made a mistake last time and I punished you. Remember? I hit you 3 times. Then, he said, but you make 5 mistakes. But one, it has to be one-sided. So sometimes you're looking at things that's unfair, but it's actually very fair. That's what I'm telling you. It has to be one-sided. And he is under the bigger rule of things. And he under the bigger rule Yawm al-Qiyamah. That's even worse. Okay, that's even worse. So it is very important to understand that. إن الله كان عليهم كبير وإن خفتم شقاق بينهما, now we are afraid that they will split and now they are going to be enemy to each other. فابعثوا حكما من أهله وحكما من أهله. حكم means arbitrator. Arbitration here. There is mediation and then there is arbitration. Arbitration is like we choose 2, one from her family, one from his family. There is not a family or nobody in the family qualified, there is no family or nobody in the family qualified, they appoint someone pious and righteous to represent either side, each side, حكما من أهله وحكما من أهلها, to bring them back together and heal the rift and reconcile the problems. And they have to investigate. They both have to sit and listen. They both cannot be biased. Otherwise, the fight is going to be between the arbitrators now. If the wife chooses someone who is biased and who hates the husband's guts, he wants to, or the other side, or both of them. Now the fight, instead of only between husband and wife, it went between the 2 families representatives. That's not what Allah is saying. That's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said, إِن يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا يُوَفِّقِ اللَّهُ بَيْنَهُمَا. Allah will support them to bring the husband and wife together if their intention is good. So that means you have to have 2 people, both of them want what? To fix the problem. It is not someone, okay, حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِي, well, I choose my dad. But my dad wants me to divorce my wife. And he hates her so much. Or she said, I choose my brother. And her brother wants to beat him up. So what happens now? My dad and her brother, or my dad and her dad will... Then we have a problem. That's why Allah said, يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا. Both of them had to have no concern but to bring this husband and wife together. If this arbitrator you are choosing does not have that in them, they are not arbitrators. That's not the person. Because they are part of the problem, not part of the Is that clear for you? إن يريد إصلاحا يوفق الله ويسلم. One time they say that Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, Sayyidina Umar, I don't remember, it's my doubt, that he sent two arbitrators. In the case, husband and wife, then he said, who is their family? Their family, so he chose two arbitrators. They come to him and he said, go fix between this husband and wife. Right? They go spend some time and they come back to him and said they are not coming back together. He bring the stick, said Umar I think, and he beat both of them. He said your intention was not to fix the matter. You went over there just want to get over with the situation. And that's why you failed. Have your intention sincere, go fix it. And they went and fixed it. You know, in you read, because he said, Allah said, if they truly, sincerely want islah, but there is a condition here. Arbitrators are not trial, are not to try out. If they say something we like, we do it. If they say something we don't like, we don't do it. So husband and wife has to know that those arbitrators, they are one from my side, one from his side. But whatever they come up with, we both have to do it fully. Oh yeah. That is why most likely it's going to work. You understand? So husband and wife could not do it. Well, okay, I choose this person and she choose this person. And these two want us to come back together. So for sure they're going to come up with something. But what guarantees that we have is binding. It is binding arbitration. So they will sit together 1 hour, I listen from him, he listen from her, and what you think, we need to bring them back together. How we do that? Okay, let's reconcile. Okay, husband, you don't want to do, but you have to do this. Wife, and you have to do that. Finish, yalla, go back together. It's over. So most likely, a third party would be the solution. But third party has to be pious. Third party want to bring them back together. Third party, their arbitration has to be binding. You have those three conditions, problems will be solved. إن يريد إصلاحا يوفق الله بينهما. Allah brings them together. إن الله كان عليما. Allah knows. خبيرا. He knows exactly the ins and outs. Yes?
Does each party have the right to refuse the proposed arbitration?
Yeah. Before they do.
Yeah. So each side have the right to.
Yeah. They have to agree. They have to agree on both. Yeah. As I said, you know what? If I appoint someone, but you say that he doesn't like me, and you have to prove it. It is not a game of just who don't want it to work. So everybody you bring, I'm going to object to. You have to have also valid reason. You have the right to refuse the arbitration of the other side, but you have to justify it. You have to say why. Yeah, you have to say why you don't want that person to be the arbitrator. Because sometimes you say no, just because they don't want arbitration, right? It's just because you choose, I'm not going to agree. I'm not going to make it easy for you. Yeah. So Islam, subhanallah, it's very. And yuwafiq Allah wa inna, Allah shows us that Allah is the one who brings hearts together. Not you, not me, not anyone. Two enemies, subhanallah, and they wake up in the morning, they become the best friends. And two friends, by night time, they are the worst enemies. So hearts in that, we don't know. I might do something that you don't want to talk to me ever again. And I might do something that you will forgive anything I do. So it's the heart. It is. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal said a beautiful ayat, Surah Maryam. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Those who believe and those who watch it. سَيَجْعَلُ لَهُمُ الرَّحْمَنُ وُدًّا. Wudda. You know, wood means mawadda, love, in the hearts of people. You know, Allah Azza wa Jal make people love you. And that's the biggest ni'mah of Allah Azza wa Jal. Biggest one is when people like you. You become likable. You know, that like that means because you are human, you make mistakes. But people to forgive you and like you and support you, it's a big ni'mah from Allah Azza wa Jal. Some people, they are good in everything, but they are harsh. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal is saying Rasulullah. You being Rasulullah, وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَضْلًا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. If your heart is hard and you are rough manners, they will run away from you. But the rahmah of Allah makes you leave. Allah Azza wa Jal أَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِهِمْ. Allah is the one who brings their hearts together. Sahaba together. لَوْ أَنْفَقْتَ مَا فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا ما ألفت بين قلوبهم. If you spend everything on earth to bring the hearts of people together, no. Yeah, you can bring people together in a class like this. But to bring their hearts together, this is his. To bring the hearts of the people sitting together on one thing, that's his, not mine, not anyone's. So hearts are in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Excuse me, Sheikh.
Yes.
In Islam, when the couple are fighting like this, and now we're talking about bringing one representative from the family, is there a way the couple are fighting and they cannot live together? Is there separation allowed in Islam?
Yeah. Separation, if husband and wife, it's okay that each one stays away from the other one.
Like
so
for 1 month, for
as
2
long as
weeks?
they agree.
Okay.
There is, if they stay away from, as long as it is done with reasonable means, without putting burden in the husband or putting burden in the wife, and the kids don't suffer and things like that. It has to be, we don't want the comfort of someone and the misery of others. لا ضرر ولا ضرار. يعني the wife wants some time for herself, but then her children will be lost. Then what did you achieve? You comfort yourself, but children. Or husband is blind, for example. Say husband is blind. I'm just giving you an example. Yeah. Husband is blind, and the wife is the only one who takes him here and there, and she wants separation. She wants to go sit somewhere. Who's going to serve him now? Right? Or the wife needs her husband. She's scared, or she cannot be out herself, or the neighborhood is not good, or something like that. And he tells her, "Go stay away," or "I will go to stay away by myself." And then he leaves his wife vulnerable, and all of that. So all these things has to be studied. Right? But as a concept, if both staying away from each other, she at her parents' house or him with a friend or something like that, or it's not going to affect their budget until each one kind of cool down. That's okay. It's fine. Actually, there is something in Islam called Ila. Ila is the husband when he make an oath to stay away from his husband or from his wife. Cannot do it more than 4 months. Cannot do it 4 months. And subhanAllah, amazingly, after 4 months, the woman's psyche changes. Normal, if you have an opinion about something, in 4 months, there is some change going to happen.
It's a long time.
Huh?
It's a long
It's a long
time.
time.
Yeah.
But for a man, it's not a long time.
60
For a man, it's not a long time. A man can make a decision and sticks with it for 20 years. Yeah. For 20 years, he sticks with the decision. And he sticks with it for 20 years. Even though he's suffering inside, I'm just telling you, he might be suffering inside, but this is my manhood, this is my ego kind of thing. Nobody's gonna break me. Sticks with it. Well, all right. So yeah, it's just that. But subhanallah, you make a decision. I'm not gonna go to that place. And then, in 4 months' time,
Between a rock and a hard place.
yeah, you kind of start thinking, because a woman is a very social creature. You cannot live away from people, especially people who got used to, people you feel comfortable with, people who take care of you, people with this, people with that. But emotions cover blinds that. And that's why, subhanAllah, the woman after the death of her husband, she waits 4 months and 10 days. 3 months. Then she can get over that later. Sayyidina Umar asked his daughter when he was passing in Medina one time, and then he heard a woman saying poetry that who misses her husband so much, because they are newlyweds, and then he went to jihad, and he's away from her for like a few months, and she was saying some poetry like it's not the fear of Allah, we have done something wrong, stuff like that. Then Sayyidina Umar, he was his daughter Hafsa, and he asked her how long a wife can be patient, the maximum. She said 4 months. And then he gave the order that any soldier cannot stay in the front for more than 4 months. He has to come back to his. And that's why the scholars, even in fiqh, say the man has to have the relationship with his wife at least once every 4 months. Cannot go beyond that. So they are, they're saying like that. I'm telling you, our deen, our sharia handled everything. Everything. There is nothing like just You know, this one we don't have a rule for it. Trust me, the most private, the most intimate of things, Islam handles.
Nothing left behind.
Nothing left behind. Because it's the deen of life.
Oh.
It's the deen of life. When we say Islam is my life and life is my Islam, we really mean it. So everything is ruled by Islam. The way we're talking now, the way you are studying, the way you are handling things, the way you're living, the way you're eating. As I said, the most private and intimate and personal of matters, Islam tells you how to handle it too. So this is when you're alone even. When you are alone, Allah is watching you. So again, you know, everything is handled. So it is very, very important. So subhanAllah, our deen is the deen of life. So back to our topic, that the two hakam or arbitrators, Imam Shafi'i, he said it is a wajib. It is wajib. And when the husband and wife reaches to that level, it is a wajib on their family, on their family to find the two arbitrators. And it becomes binding. So in Malaysia and all of that, you'll find that all of this arbitration becomes binding. Like, you know, even if the husband and wife, they go to the court will appoint the arbitrators. You know, when they reach a certain level. Because Shafi'i, you know, all of Shafi'i. So Shafi'i said wajib. But the rest said that it is mustahab, it is a choice. They can decide to divorce before that. Let's say a wife says, you know, I don't want to be deserted, and you know, you advise me, but I'm not doing it. I won't divorce. At that time, she does khula, because she's the one who wants the divorce, right? She has to forfeit her rights. Yeah. Now, do they have to be from the family? As I said, it is better to be from the family, but sometimes it's better not to be from the family. Especially if family structure is tribal. Sometimes the family structure is tribal. Like, you know, this tribe or these people, there's no way his people will win. There's no way we're going to let her people control us. So whoever, the arbitrator, either he goes with the family or he goes for then it's not going to work. So sometimes the wise elders of the community are the ones who decide who are the arbitrators. Okay. Why it was family? Because family knows both. They know them, so that's better. When you know more about the people, you already raised with them, you know their weaknesses, strength, it's better. But if they are not pious, or becomes tribal, or becomes cultural, then we have a problem. Also, the arbitrators, not only they are there to bring them back together, sometimes the arbitrators see a case of abuse, case of problem. Then the ruling actually would be to divorce the two. Okay? Or stay separated. You know, each one of you go to a parent, stay there a couple of months, right? Leave her, stay. You want to spend on her something, just give her some time until she, right? So the arbitrators can do that. And as I said, according to Imam Malik here, and all of that, Imam Malik, he says that they can bring or separate. Imam Malik says it's binding, right? Imam Shafi'i though, and Hanbali said that they can bring them back together, but they cannot separate unless the permission. And the husband and wife says, whatever you do, whether we stay together or separate, we leave it up to you. Then yes, they can decide. But if they don't, the husband and wife did not agree on that, then the arbitrators cannot divide. If it's workable, it becomes binding, right? But if it is not workable, they take it to the judge. They said, you know what, we could not bring them back together. And we think, recommendation, that they need to be divorced. But they cannot do it. So we have the scholars different in this. So best way to get out of it, husband and wife, when there are arbitrators, they have to be very clear before, right? What do they expect, right? In or out or what? Yeah. So that's all, those opinions are there, and it's better also to go to the judge, and the judge is the one who enforces the arbitration. Alright? So this is a better way. So judge does not rule in it, but he assigns two arbitrators and he says you handle it. So the arbitrators say, okay, we will bring them together, alhamdulillah. So the judge now doesn't have anything to do. Or this two needs divorce, then it goes to the judge now, based on the recommendation and investigation. He's the one who tells the husband to divorce. If he refuses, then the judge does the divorce.
So like in the US, who's the judge? Like who's the last?
The imam of the community. Yani if any woman in the community have an issue and she asks for divorce and she has a case, justified case, and her husband is abusive, we prove that, we establish that already, then we ask, she comes to me, I ask him to divorce her and try to, and if he clearly says no, not divorcing or anything, I can state that she's divorced. Yeah, and her iddah starts from that day, and after, her iddah finishes, she can marry someone else. But now, I would not do that here in America until she files for the court first, right? Because he can sue me.
Right.
He can come and say this man married someone to my wife while she's legally my wife. You see now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is in America.
Yeah.
Because I am in place of the judge here.
Yeah.
But we say go file for divorce in the court first,
Yeah.
right? And once you file divorce in the court, now he rejects, he doesn't reject, there is a divorce,
Yeah.
then we will handle the Islamic aspect as well. If you get divorced in the court, then we tell him to divorce Islamically. If he refuses, then we will divorce you Islamically. The sheikhs here will divorce you Islamically.
So the date of the Ida will start from the
Islamic divorce.
Islamic.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Islamic.
Yeah. And Islamic divorce can have the same date that the court finalized it.
Yeah. Because the court is the law of the land, right? So you have to do that. Yeah.
You have to do it. So he does not have anything to come back at you. And he says, you know what, I wanted to fix it. You know what, he did not give me a chance. Like that kind of thing. Well, the court takes about 90 days until the thing.
Right.
And in that 90 days, we keep negotiating things.
Right.
So he refuses and rejects. Because some husbands, they think they have ultimate power. And women come crying all the time. So you know what, because I'm a Muslim now, I'm going to be punished. Yesterday at Revert Sister was talking to me about this, from Arizona. And she's saying that, my husband, he does not want to provide for me. He wants me to live with his family. His family is very abusive to me, physically and emotionally and all of that. And he, and I don't want to leave here because, it's my family here and everybody I know. If I can move wherever my husband is, as long as he gives me an apartment or this, but he is rejecting, he's forcing me to stay. I said, no, he doesn't have that right. She said, but he tells me you have no right. If I divorce you Islamically, you have no right, nothing. And if you go to the court, you are a kafir. It's haram. Just like that. I said, come on, man. Islam is not that bad. It's not that bad for religion. It's very good for religion. It's unlike that. Actually, he does not have a case in here. And you can see how she's crying out of happiness when she knows. She said, I started losing faith. Because every Muslim person I talked to said, no, you have to obey your husband and all that. I said, sister, no. You tell him nicely, yes. You sit and talk with your husband, seek counseling. All of this I'm with you, right? You try peacefully first. Just we try for a year, right? Until she begs people to pay for her rent, And this is not right. And he is able to pay her. But he wants to break her nose, Bring you here under my mother, and she can hit you, she can beat you, the father can abuse you, and you cannot say anything. What is this? So I said, no. And she said, what I can do, because, he said, I'm not going to divorce you Islamically, even if you go to the court, you become kafir, and, and you stay my wife, so if you come marry, I said, no, that's not true. It's not true. Go find, talk to him first, and write it down. Write your emails down, so your communication is clear. He cannot deny. Write email. Talk to him. Have some witness, if you're a local imam or somebody, right? CC on the email, so he knows that somebody is there. And, talk. And once it doesn't work, go file for divorce in the court, right? And they will notify him, everything he rejects. Get your divorce paper, right? Go to the imam of the masjid. The masjid will call him, say, peacefully divorce her and give her her rights. Okay? If she does not, if he refuses to give you your rights, you can sue him for getting all the stuff, right? and then only take what Islam gives you and give him the other thing. So if your right is 20,000, 30,000, and the court rules 70 for you, just take the 20 or 30 and give. Don't take the rest. And I said you have child support Islamically. You have alimony, and you have that too, and you have lots of things. You have nafaqa of idda. During your idda, he has to spend on you. If you're breastfeeding, he has to spend on you. Food, shelter, everything, and he has to give you money and all of that. Islamically, we calculate all of this and we say this is what he owes you, right? Now that's it, because he is the one transgressing here. Now if he is doing all his duties as a husband, now there's another case, right?
Yeah.
She just doesn't like it. In Arizona, I like Arizona, I don't want to go to Texas with you. Well, my job is in Texas. I have another case actually like this. Michigan or something like that, and the family, New Jersey, and the family is there and all that, and they got married there. He's from Houston, they got married there. He had a job there, but now he got a better job offer, almost double what he makes. And he was moved, she refused, and our family refused. So now, it is not his duty to pay her everything, right? Because she's the one he's offering everything, he's not fall short of anything, but now she's the one who wants out. Now why he has to pay you everything? You have to give up to get your freedom. It is like, he is wrong, he has to give you everything and give you your freedom. See, fairness?
Yeah.
But sometimes fairness means like I want everything by court, then I'll go by court. If Islam will give me everything, I'll go by Islam. Both husband and wife do that game, right? So that's why we say, no, this can be actually done. Go to the court just to apply Islam. You are not going to the court as an alternative to Islam. There's two different things, right? Or the court will give you, no, I want the Islamic way. But if somebody is not willing, then I use the authority, the law of the land, to give me what I want, and there is no contradiction. The law of the land here, as long as you are following it, nobody tell you why you are following it. Nobody will tell you why you are filing for divorce. But your intention is, I cannot get my Islamic right, and I'm using the law to get my Islamic right. Alhamdulillah, right? We understand that? So sisters here or wives, they are not like abused that people think, because they don't have rights, or they don't have a say, or they cannot initiate the divorce, or the husbands have everything like ultimate in their hand, and you become like a prisoner for the rest of your life. No. Alright? We'll start here inshallah. And next time we start another section completely different from all the rules of women so far. Allah Azza wa Jalla make us all those who listen to it.